My name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about a fragrance that I just purchased from Priceline, Everflaw's Whiskey. Now, previously I've done a review on Everflaw's Double Whiskey, and that fragrance is similar to Burberry London. It's got a really rich tobacco note, super appropriate for the winter time. This, on the other hand, I smelled on the tester strip and I said to myself, wow, this really smells like Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male. And I just did a quick check on Fragrantica, and that seems to be the perfume that it reminds everyone of. So yeah, I picked this one up at Priceline for $15.99 or $16. And at that price, for a fragrance that smells so very close to Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male, I think it's an absolute blind buy. The packaging and presentation in general aren't fantastic. It's very basic and a little cheap looking, but don't let that fool you, because the fragrance itself, I'm just going to show you the atomizer here, is decent enough. The fragrance has a tiny bit of smokiness and a little bit of aged vanilla, which means it's not quite as fresh as Le Male, but I would still say it's about 90 to 95% of the way there. I did spray it on my hand probably about half an hour ago. It's still there, it's still strong, so I reckon the performance is going to be similar to Le Male. Le Male generally lasts on my skin about 7-ish hours, depending on how many sprays I use. I typically go 2 to 3. I reckon this will be a tiny bit weaker than that, but also it is a slightly more mature take on Le Male, but only because that vanilla doesn't come across as juvenile, it comes across as more aged and mature. But seriously though, for $16, this is an absolute blind buy, and I can't recommend it enough. I originally thought that the Everflaw fragrances were strictly for older men, like Whiskey Silver smells. You know, it's nice, but it's sort of like generic and masculine, and Double Whiskey is sort of like a musty tobacco fragrance, so good for like grandfather types, that sort of thing. This, on the other hand, I'm going to be using this interchangeably with Le Male whenever I feel like wearing Le Male, because I don't know if this is an exact clone of it, but man, it has blown me away for $16. So if you can find this anywhere near where you are, around $16, Australian that is, definitely pick it up. I can't recommend this more, and this is already like one of the starring surprise fragrances of 2022 for me. And yeah, so let me know if you've ever actually worn this one in the comments before, as I'm curious to know. And until my next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, the most luscious locks on YouTube, and I'll catch you guys around.